Hi, welcome. I apologize. This video ends up being in two parts because I had a series of texts that came in and it cut off my video and I did not realize it until I tried to upload it. So I'm going to back up here a little bit and see if I can't help guide you so that you can get this finished. The video ended with me explaining the measurements for the right side of the panels. So I want to make sure that we go over that so that you've got it all. So this is going to have a 1/2 inch. Your cut here across the top, which is your primary, is going to be 7 inches. And then this length you're going to have here is going to be at 7 1/4 inches for this edge. On this end, you're going to score it at 1/2 and you're going to score it at 5/8 of an inch. Then you're going to come up here, this long length, you're going to come up to 7 1/2 inches. Is that what it was? No, 7 1/2 inches is going to be this. I think I told you 7 1/4 in the video. But if I go from that corner to this corner, it's 7 1/2 inches. And then this short piece is 3 1/4 inches. And then we'll come back to the paper in a minute. Then this piece, again, your longest length is going to be 7 3/4 inches on this long length here on your right side. And then this is going to be at 7 inches across, and again you're going to score at a 1/2 inch and at 5/8 of an inch. You're going to come up from the bottom and you're going to make a tick mark at about 5 inches, and then you're going to angle cut. This has got to be a 1/2 inch, and then you're going to angle cut to 6 inches along this edge, make your tick mark, and then you're going to finish this cut, which is going to be 1 3/4 inches. You're going to be working with two pieces of paper that have the same images, and it's going to be this image, and it's going to be the moon with this image. One of those sheets is going to be out of the 22 maxi pack, and then the other sheet's going to be out of your core pack. I want you to use the piece that is out of the maxi pack for the front of these two cuts. So once you've got your cardstock cut and trimmed, then you're going to come in between this image here and this image. You're going to diagonal cut to match what you've done here on your cardstock. So you can place the paper on and you're going to make a cut straight up. You're not going to cut anything off at the top. You're not cutting anything off the bottom. You're going to cut it straight up, and then you can start making your marks for cutting and fitting this in. And then what you have left over would be this piece, or vice versa. Cut this piece, and then what you have left over is this piece. This is the opposing side to this piece. So you'll get this all cut. It'll fit here. This is easy. And then the reverse side of the matching sheet is what you're going to use for your panels on the inside. To break up all this gold, you're going to be using some of your scraps in blue so that you can add some color. You should already have this measurement because it was early on in that first video. I've just given you the measurements for over here. I do believe I gave you the measurements. You got this measurement, and it should be 6 1/2 inches, scoring it at 1/2, scoring it at 5/8. Now, on the left side, I did a long pocket, and it cut at 1 1/4 inches in the width by the height of your paper, and then I use the decorative die. These two pieces are gems out of the ephemera pack. Over here, this one came in at 2 inches in its width. And again, I trimmed it off in blue, and then I cut one of the tags out and glued it in place, and you've got a nice big pocket. Over here, I cut a pocket here that goes the width of the, and it's at 1 3/4 inches. This is 1 3/4 inches by the width of this in front of the score marks, and you're about 6 1/4 inches. And then I used the ephemera piece here. Now, when you put this down, be careful that you leave the backing on the head of this, because if you take it all the way off, this is going to tack down and then you lose your pocket. So you can go ahead and peel all the paper off, just cut it off at the base of the bottle neck here. On this one, I made a small pocket, and it's 1 1/4 inches. I used one of the large stars out of the ephemera pack, and this does have a diagonal cut on it. So you've got a nice little tuck, you've got a spot to put a small photo. I used one of the little sayings called Sparkly Nights to put here. And in your scraps, you should have this piece. I trimmed it out, backed it on some chipboard and some cardstock, and then mounted it here so there's a little bit of height. So it's left over right. And on this, there's this pocket here. Measures in it at about 2 inches by 5 7/8. And then I used the largest of all the stars for here. Magnet placing. I don't know if we got that far or not, but it will be on this panel just to the inside here. And then its partner is right here. I can feel it underneath there. So that should help you get this finished. And I apologize. I'm going to get in touch with Apple to find out how I can cut that off. I don't want text coming in and cutting my videos off. But please, please, please reach out to me if you have any questions about this album, and I will do my very best to help get this particular signature done for you. But I think we've got it covered. I hope so. So just let me know, all right? Okay, thank you, and again, my apologies.